y'all for coming out this afternoon. We sure appreciate it. We wish it was under better circumstances, but we wanted to let everybody know. I know a lot of people have seen stuff on Facebook, but yesterday we lost one of our officers, Correctional Sergeant Cesar Fuentes. Had worked a full shift here at the jail and was on his way home to his family. He was on his motorcycle. So he had just left here. It was about 6:20 in the evening, and was driving out Matthews Road when a gentleman had pulled off to the side of the road, for what I understand, because he had forgotten his wallet at home. So he pulled off the side of the road and went to flip a U-turn just as Sergeant Fuentes was traveling eastbound on Matthews Road, pulled right in front of him, and Sergeant Fuentes and his motorcycle impacted the driver's side of that vehicle. Sergeant Fuentes was ejected from his bike, but for what I was understood, being the Marine that he was able to gather himself and kind of get back to his feet, and people called 911, and CHP and medics and fire arrived on scene, and he was complaining of some back pain, but he was tough, but they got him to go to the hospital, and once they got him to the hospital, they started their exam, and they determined that they believed that he had some internal bleeding, and took him into surgery, and he succumbed to his injuries in surgery at the San Joaquin County Hospital. So Sergeant Fuentes has been with our department for 6 years. You can tell the type of person he was because he had just became a sergeant a year ago. He was one of the first people I got to promote to sergeant here when I took over at the office. He was a Marine for 12 years, did 3 tours in the Middle East, was just an amazing individual, and is survived by his fiance and his family. And it's just a tragic time here at our department and our family. He was so well loved, so well respected, and he was the future of our department. He's the type of guys that we're going to be here for a long time and continue on our tradition here at the Sheriff's Office. So it's a great loss to our staff and our family here, as well as his family and loved ones, and his brothers in arms in the Marines. So he served his country, and he served his department and his county here, and unfortunately we lost him.
Sheriff, was he from San Joaquin County?
You know, I'm not sure where he was born. I believed he lived here locally, and I think his family is out of town though.
Have you been in contact with the family at all?
I have not personally. Assistant Sheriff Williamson, when he heard of the accident, was at the hospital and spent time with the family and was with them when they were notified of their loss, and has been here all night long and comforting everyone here at our department.
When was he promoted, sir?
He was promoted just a year ago, right after I came into office. I had the honor of meeting him and get to know him, and so he'd only been with us about 5 years, and he became a sergeant.
I haven't been on Matthews Road at night. Obviously, it was dark.
Yes.
Is it not a well-lit street, or is it? Or
It's
the
fair.
Circumstances.
You know, it's the circumstances. It was kind of a stormy night, and it is a dark road. It's still kind of a country road, even though we have the Juvenile Justice Center and some other things that line it on one side. There's homes and farmland on the other side of it, and it's always been just a small little 2-lane road there that we always try and be cautious when we're going down. So.
Could you tell us the relationship between correctional officers and deputies? You know, there's that demarcation point, and how are they connected? And obviously, you know the corrections very well.
Absolutely, yeah. Correctional officers are assigned to work our custody facilities and out at the jail and the hospitals. They do not go out and work patrol on the street. Those are the deputies that go out and do that. But you know, we're one family here. We work together, and I think that was really shown by after our surrounding agencies started to find out what happened to Sergeant Fuentes, the response we got. We got probably 40 to 50 units that arrived on scene at the hospital to to escort Sergeant Fuentes' body back here to our mortuary, and it was quite a sight. I think you guys got some video of that, and that just shows the respect. The officers know, they all come in here to our booking arena when they're bringing somebody in, and a lot of times our correctional staff is there to help those officers, and a lot of people don't want to go into our jail calmly, and so we all work closely together. We're all one big law enforcement family, and it was just amazing sign of respect by the other agencies in our area to respond and escort him home.
What about the driver of the truck? Is he receiving any charges, or did he do anything?
That's going to be up to the California Highway Patrol's investigation. So we'll have to see what their investigation shows. I would say clearly there was obviously no intent to harm anyone, but when we get behind the wheel of a vehicle, we're responsible for our actions, and they'll make that determination, but that'll be up to them and the DA.
Okay, I don't know if you can comment. Is he arrested?
The driver? No, as far as I know, there was no charges or citations issued at that time. So they'll complete an investigation, and they'll make determinations whether, when they forward it to the DA, whether any charges should be filed.
Was that an illegal maneuver for that part of the road?
Probably not. He was pulled off the side of the road. I think the only part is that to make it legal, you got to make sure that it's clear and nobody else is coming, and you can't pull right in front of somebody.
What's been the prevailing emotion around your office today?
Well, it's a very sad day for us. It's been a very difficult day for us. My staff did an amazing job when they came back from the hospital. They took the time to go around to every part of our facility and notified all the officers that were on duty at that time personally as to what had happened, so that they would hear the facts of the case. And then this morning at 5:50 was the briefing for the oncoming shift, and myself and our staff were there, along with our chaplaincy, our chaplain Larry Elliott, and our peer support team was there for our staff, and we notified them what happened, and it was difficult. It was very difficult for all of us to get through, but that's what's nice about our family here at the Sheriff's Office, is that we're here for each other, and we will make sure that all our employees are cared for emotionally, as well as Sergeant Fuentes' family. We will be there for them.